Unfortunately, I again find myself feeling the need to get serious for a minute before we get into the silly business. Mass shootings in our home state of South Carolina, as well as in Indianapolis. At least 3 more police shootings of Dante Wright, 16-year-old Peyton Ham, and 13-year-old Adam Toledo. And a shooting right here in our city, killing one and injuring another. And while I'm not lumping all these incidents into the same basket, they do have some things in common. They are all merely recent examples of the types of tragedies that occur all too often in our country. They all involve firearms. They are all the cause of untold grief, and they all represent a problem or problems that need to be addressed sooner rather than later. And while we won't attempt to offer any answer on what is a lighthearted entertainment podcast, we all need to be part of the conversation and, to whatever degree we can, part of the solution. And once again, we offer our condolences to victims, families, and everyone affected, and, after a 2 regular moments of silence, we'll get the conversation started. I'm Maddie from Vidiocy, and you're listening to LexiCon. Y'all remember those old interstitials on Disney Channel? Well, more recent, not super old, where they'd have like the star from Good Luck Charlie or what have you, and they'd do their little CGI wand and trace out the Mickey head.
Yeah, I love that. And it was a recent TikTok trend.
Anyway, welcome to the show. It is Maddie along with
Lexi.
Dylan.
And this show is dropping on April 18th. 38 years ago, the Disney Channel premiered on April 18th, 1983. And that is our subject for today, Disney Channel program. We're going to take a look at it based off a list on Wikipedia as we did with the Nickelodeon episodes.
Yep.
This will probably be another 2-parter. We'll just see how it goes because it's a pretty long list, just like Nickelodeon.
For sure.
On the preamble of the Nickelodeon show, I talked about how Disney Channel used to be a pay station on cable. Like you'd have your regular cable package, whatever channels your local cable operator provided, and then you could also pay for certain additional channels like HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
And when we first got cable, we had Disney Channel as one of our extra channels, but we got rid of it after a couple of years because I guess we weren't watching it that much. And in fact, I don't remember any original programming from Disney Channel from back then. Like, I probably watched Mickey Mouse cartoons and maybe the occasional Disney movie or whatever, but I don't remember any actual Disney Channel shows. The one exception to that would be Good Morning Miss Bliss, which I always thought was called My Miss Bliss for some reason. But to be fair, I never actually watched that on Disney Channel. It was basically the prototype for Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
It was a show set in a school that had Principal Belding and Zach Morris and Screech Powers and Lisa Turtle, who all reprised their roles on Saved by the Bell, but it also featured some other students and staff members and actually focused on a teacher called Miss Bliss, who was played by Haley Mills. And I would see that as flashback episodes once Saved by the Bell was established on NBC Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
They would do some episodes where like, we're flashing back to our junior high years now and show an episode of My Miss Bliss, but I just thought it was a flashback episode to Saved by the Bell. I didn't think about, well, how did they do this? The actors were younger. It didn't come into my mind. I just thought it was older episodes of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
But I would find out later it was actually a Disney Channel series, but again, I never really watched it on there. And then by the late 90s, Disney Channel became part of just regular cable packages, if not basic cable, which I'm pretty sure it was part of. It was definitely part of your basic digital cable package. So we had it, and then by the time you were born, it was already in place. And so through yours and Dylan's childhoods, and now to a lesser degree Johnny's, it's become a part of our lives. And of course y'all kind of grew up with it, and we would watch the different cartoons and sitcoms, and so most of our reminiscences are going to go along with the list. I don't have any big spiel to go over in the beginning here because my history with Disney Channel is pretty much y'all's as well.
Yeah.
Alright, well then, without any further ado, you have the list pulled up on Wikipedia.
I do, but you were just saying, so 20 years now you've been back into Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as this podcast goes up, it is the day before your 20th birthday.
It is.
So happy birthday a day early.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But going into Disney now for their 38th birthday. So first up, I have the former programming brought up.
Yep. Bring it on.
Yes.
And this is all.
Tell me all of it.
The entire list is not chronological, but each individual sections of it.
Yes, because it is once again divided into sections, just like Nickelodeon was.
So bring it on, and we'll share our stories.
Alright, starting with animated series. On September 15th, 2001, The Proud Family.
Why are we starting with the Proud Family?
Because that's the first one listed for the animated series.
Wait, original programming.
Yeah, original programming. Let's clear that up.
That's their first original animated show?
Apparently.
I'm surprised.
Yes, me too.
I know.
Good show. I remember it was one we watched a lot when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
No wonder Nick really dominated the 90s with the animation.
I'm surprised it's their first. I mean, Nicktoons started in like 89, 90.
Yeah.
So it took Disney a while to catch up.
It did.
But they had a good start with the Proud Family.
They did.
Apparently it's been good one.
But, oh, yeah. I mean, that's not unusual, though. But then continuing on, they got the second one in 2002. One of our favorites, Kim Possible.
Oh, absolutely. Not only one of my all-time favorite animated shows, but it'd be on the list of my all-time favorite television programs.
Yeah.
Fantastic series for both children and adults, and of course shares the DNA with another one of my favorite all-time series, which we'll get to as we go along on the list.
Yeah, is that one coming back or getting like a sequel or something anytime soon?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just saw the voice actress for Kim Possible was kind of teasing.
Christy Carlson Romano, who was the star of
Yes.
another Disney Channel, a live-action Disney Channel show, which we'll talk about in a little while, and the voice actor for Ron plays the older brother Eric on Boy Meets World. You probably saw some of his cameos on Girl Meets World.
Nice. I also watched a little bit of Boy Meets
Raven
World.
did a voice on it.
Oh wow.
And I think Tia and Tamara Lowry's brother,
Yeah,
who had his own TV show for a while, I think he did the voice of Wade.
that's cool.
So just those voice actors, I know, of course. I'm sure there were plenty others on the series.
My favorite was, of course, the Naked Mole Rap.
Rufus.
Yes.
They did a really cool
Rufus.
Naked Mole rap about him that I always enjoyed.
Nice.
And they did a couple of not the live action movie that everybody shits on, but they did a couple of animated movies back during the series' main run that were excellent as well. And again, share a lot of DNA with another animated series who had a movie on Disney Channel.
Yeah, sounds like we could do
We're
a
gonna
whole
have it.
episode.
An action
on
adventure
this.
series, Kim Possible, is just an average teenager who gets involved with a spy network, for lack of a better term, and she does,
Yeah.
and
It's great.
fights villains like Dr. Draken and Shigo.
Yeah. One of the best. But like, it sounds like
Excellent.
we could do
2
a
thumbs up for Kim.
whole episode
really
on
good.
just it.
Maybe some watch-alongs or something.
Yeah. Following it in 2003, another one that I really liked, Lilo and Stitch, the series.
Sort of the reverse of
burn
Kim
on
Possible, because it's a spin-off from the movie.
Yeah.
A theatrical release, actually, there was a couple of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there was Lilo and Stitch, there's Lilo and Stitch 2, there's like Stitch the movie.
Something like that. I don't know if I've seen all of them, but I do remember seeing some of them.
I
as
feel like
well
I
as
haven't
the
seen
series.
the original one. I feel like I saw the sequels.
Pretty sure
I've seen
the original.
something.
We
Lilo
definitely
and
watched the
Stitch.
animated series for a while. It was really good.
I love Stitch.
Another good cast. Speaking of voice actors, David Ogden Stiers does the voice for the big monster, the scientist who created Stitch.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Pleakley was like his sidekick. But
Yeah.
I can't remember the doctor's
Me
name.
neither.
But he was Charles from later seasons of MASH.
Nice.
Kind of reminds me of
That's a good show.
E.T.
I guess. I've never seen E.T.
Except with Stitch, it's
He's an
E-A-T.
alien.
In 2004, we got Dave the Barbarian. Not one I
I
recall.
vaguely
No,
remember
my
Dave,
books.
cartoon barbarian. Seems
Yeah.
like something that'd be a good video game.
Probably.
I feel like we watched it here and there, but
Nice. Also in 2004 was Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
I don't recall that at all.
Yeah.
Me
remember.
neither. But here's one that we would remember from 2005. American Dragon, Jake Long.
I don't
Definitely remember that
The
one.
martial arts show.
I don't remember.
I know you,
You
watched
definitely
it,
watched
son.
it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I watched it with you more than with your sister.
I'm pretty sure too.
That's more your wheelhouse.
Definitely.
Solid show, but nothing I remember in any detail.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it well enough. Just not.
I remember that it existed,
Super
and I watched it
detailed.
sometimes. That's about the best I can get.
Like, I can get the image of the show in my head, and that's
Yeah, I can
about
picture
it.
Jake in my head. That's about it.
Well, continuing on, hey, another birthday thing to note. This came out on June 17th, 2005.
Yeah, and I have no
Same
idea
day
what
Dylan
it is.
came out.
Yup.
Not of the closet.
That's yet to happen.
I mean,
But-
yet to happen. I don't think it's coming out. Not that I know of.
Hey. But the show, The Buzz on Maggie.
Yeah, but I don't
Anybody?
I don't recall that.
Me neither.
It sounds like an insect-related show. Maybe
It
a
does.
grown-up, creepy kind of thing.
That's
You
definitely the
guys probably
vibe
don't
I
remember
get.
because I was busy being born.
Yeah, you kind of were. Dad was kind of busy becoming a dad again for the second time.
Becoming a dad for the second time. I think it was all.
I was
think
probably
you're still
watching.
a dad.
Oh yeah,
Hanging
it's
off a
just
kid.
yet again. Yeah, I was
You
probably
don't become
watching
a dad
TV, let's be
again.
fair.
You only. As long as you have a kid, you're a dad.
Oh yeah, I think they understood the concept though. Here's one that I do recall though. 2006, The Emperor's New School.
I don't know this at all.
And based off the movie The Emperor's New Groove.
Yes,
Yeah, I've
which
never seen
I
either one.
like.
I don't think I've ever seen the movie.
I don't know if I've seen all of it, but I've
I
definitely
don't
seen enough
recall
to say
watching
I
the
like
cartoon with any regularity either.
it. I liked it. Also in 2006, The Replacements.
No
Anybody?
idea those.
Yeah, that was the Spy Family, wasn't it?
Another Spy Family?
Were they spies or were they stunt people?
I don't know.
They were one or the other, but I do remember. I can kind of picture them in their like Evil Knievel type get-ups, and maybe they were stunt people.
Interesting.
But again, not one we watched with any regularity.
No.
I do recall it existing.
Nice. Well, here's one that I think we can all recall existing in 2007. Phineas and Ferb.
No, I know who that is.
Well,
What is
y'all
that?
obviously know how I feel about this. We've done at least one whole episode on it
Yes.
when it
Yeah,
retired a
Phineas
few
and
years
Ferb is
ago.
awesome.
The show I was referencing earlier, sharing the DNA of Kim Possible, but taking it to new heights again. One of my all-time favorite television shows, let alone animated shows. Another one I think works for both children and adults equally well. Had a fantastic movie on Disney Channel, Across the Second Dimension, and an okay second movie with Candace Against the Universe.
Yeah.
But wonderful music, wonderful. It doesn't have the sort of ongoing narrative that shows like Steven Universe or Adventure Time would have, but it does have its own canon that it follows throughout. You know, there's stuff that's referenced back and forth, but it plays around with it a little more. It's a little
I
more,
like it a lot.
It's a little more slapdash in its presentation, but fantastic.
Really good,
and one of the things I like most about it is I like the relationships between the characters. In any kind of media, whether it's movies or television or books, I really enjoy things that have strong relationships between these characters, and I feel like this does that really well, particularly the relationship between the core group of kids, Phineas and Ferb and their friends, and between the two antagonists, Perry and Doof.
Yes. The one of the best TV relationships.
Who I have tattooed on me.
Yes,
Yes,
you
I know
do.
you didn't know, but Agent P and Doof. I could have watched a whole series just of them, but it's fun to
They
watch
should
to
get
go back and
a whole
forth between
series.
the kids' adventures and those of Perry and Doof.
We could probably get a whole Agent P series. Saying.
It looked like we were going to get that with the Alka Files, but I guess it was just a one-off.
Yeah. I don't know. They could always come back and do something.
And the series ended really well too. Not the final episode was good, but the penultimate episode where we got to flash forward and see where they'd gone in their lives, I thought that was really special.
Yeah. It's almost 19 years later style.
And that's the one you were referring to as far as maybe coming back.
Yeah.
I would
I'd
love
watch
to.
it.
I've heard rumblings about maybe a new Phineas and Ferb series, and I'd be down for it as long as I mean, like I said, I didn't think Candace Against the Universe was as good as Across the Second Dimension or as good as the best episodes of the series, but it was totally fine.
Yeah.
But hopefully we could sort of pick up where we left off on the quality of the series. But if we don't, I mean, a great body of work to be left with.
Definitely.
Phineas and Ferb, the second summer.
Alright, after that, following that, there's not another one until 2010.
I mean, when you do that well, it's hard to follow it up.
They're like,
What to compare?
Disney's like, no, this is great. We're just gonna put everything into this, but not changing. But this one, 2010, Fish Hooks.
Fish Hooks was a solid series.
Yeah,
not
it's
quite.
alright.
Not. It was better than alright.
I'm sorry. I have partial memory of it.
It was not up to the level of Kim Possible or Phineas and Ferb, but
No.
it was a very good show.
It was entertaining for sure. Following that, this is a show that I'd rank above Fish Hooks in 2012. Gravity Falls.
Very good
Okay,
show.
agreed.
Okay.
Fish Hooks is still outstanding.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls is another one that has the really deep lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, so sort of somewhere in between something like Steven Universe that takes its lore. I mean, Gravity Falls takes its lore seriously, but it plays
Definitely.
around with it and kind of gets out there with it as well.
Didn't it have potential connections to another animated show we recently watched?
Something we recently watched.
I think Owl House.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Owl House.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
And of course, there's been references to it in Rick and Morty as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But has had to return.
The
Yeah.
surprising thing about it is it only went for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I guess because it wasn't a week in, week out show, they'd play around with the scheduling a little more. We'd get some episodes here, and then you wouldn't get some for a while. It felt like it ran for a lot longer than that. I was
It
surprised
did.
when Dylan and I went back and we watched through the series again, years after it ended, and I was surprised that wow, it's only 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But another phenomenal show. I wouldn't necessarily say it shares the DNA of Phineas and Ferb and Kim Possible, but something definitely on their level.
Yeah, definitely. Following that was another one that I've heard is really good, but I don't recall really watching much. In 2013, Wander Over Yonder.
I recognize
Yeah,
the name
it's
as much
pretty
as anything.
good.
Yeah.
We watched a little bit of
recognize
it.
the show.
I know what it is, but yeah, it's not
It's a Disney
something.
Channel animated program. I know that too.
Lol.
It's about a little orange guy that looks like that one dude from Foster's Home.
Yeah. It has the vibes of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends for sure. But it's not one I got into or really watched. Following that, though, is a show that I didn't fully watch, but what I did see I really enjoyed. In 2015, Star vs. the Forces of Evil.
I've heard that's a really good show.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
Consider
watch
checking
it all.
out.
I need to watch.
It's another one with the
Love
deep
it.
lore
Yeah, I love it. I love
and
the
an
character
ongoing story.
and the style. And isn't it like in the ending song or something? He says like strangers are just friends you haven't made yet or something like
I
that.
haven't watched it.
I doubt that show coined that phrase.
Well, yeah, I remember that from the show. Well, here's one that I know neither of y'all have watched, and I've only watched a little bit, but was a spin-off of a show that I very much loved from Disney. 2016, Elena of Avila.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
never
watch
watched
it.
any of it.
It's been all Sophia the First.
Yes, it is, and Sophia the First is freaking
I
great.
was golden.
Village doing alright.
I became a princess overnight.
And this song has a copyright. So
And the song has a
2017.
copyright.
Moving on to
So we
2017.
should stop singing.
No shit. We should talk about Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure from
Didn't watch it.
2017.
Seems neat.
Another
Didn't watch
movie
it.
spinoff.
Yeah, but Tangled was amazing. One of my favorite
Yeah,
princess
that's
movies.
really good.
I watched the first episode of this, I believe. I tried to go back and start watching it, but I don't think I made it past the first episode. And it was something. I have seen clips, and this show gets dark, just like its movie did. So, it's definitely one to go back and watch.
Yeah, Tangled's like the only movie where someone gets stabbed.
Right.
Yeah,
And
the only movie in the history of movies.
And the only Disney movie where
Yep.
someone gets stabbed.
only Disney princess movie where somebody other than the villain gets injured. That we've seen.
Pizza straight up got
To
stabbed.
be fair, I have not seen... I mean, I guess in Mulan, people other than the villain probably got injured.
I mean, the ambulance that kill. I
I mean,
guess
they were
the
fighting a
villains,
war.
but
Continuing on.
I guess they're talking the villains of the movie, but like 2,000 soldiers killed from an avalanche.
Yeah, I don't know. But moving on. This says list 2018 and 2017, so I'm gonna need y'all to tell me the proper year. The DuckTales redo thing show.
I don't know what it was.
I remember watching it nights after your mother would come home from work at Arby's,
Yeah.
which was 2017.
Yes. Okay.
So, although she did work there in 2018 as well.
True.
So, I can't guarantee either one. We watched it a bit and then sort of fell out with it. Not because it wasn't good, just because,
Busy.
we were busy
Life.
and it's just one of the things that falls by the wayside.
Child.
I like the original DuckTales a lot. I don't know if you guys ever watched any of that.
No, I don't think so.
But the reboot was fun too.
Nice.
We should watch it.
Yeah, this calls it the 2017 version of DuckTales, but says it came out in 2018. So, another thing that came out in 2018, another series I haven't watched, but a spin-off of a movie, Big Hero 6, the series.
I haven't seen Big
I
Hero
haven't
6
seen
or Big
either.
Hero 6.
I want to see the series, but I'm waiting for y'all to see the movie so we can see the series together because that movie was great and I would watch it
watch the movie
again.
without me. Something you tend to do.
I watched the movie because I read the book, which is pretty much just the movie.
Look, you tend
And I
to
needed to
watch the
see
movies
it.
without me. You watch My Neighbor Totoro without me as well.
Oh, screw you, that was a date.
I mean,
continuing on.
At least when Dad watched Princess Mononoke before I was born.
But Big Hero 6, it's so good. And isn't it based on comics that Marvel did?
Yeah, it
Sounds
is from a
familiar.
comic.
See, Marvel can't miss. They just can't.
Well,
Well.
mean.
In recent times. In 2018.
Wow.
In 2018.
Inhuman.
Okay, we're ignoring the fact that Inhumans existed. In 2018, Milo Murphy's Law.
That's pretty good.
from the
That's
creators
all.
of Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Featuring some crossovers from Phineas and Ferb characters.
Yes.
Yeah, made difference much.
We started watching it. Weird Al was the voice of Milo Murphy.
Which is great.
But again, just another one that sort of fell by the wayside as life got busy.
Yeah.
Not as good as Phineas and Ferb.
I don't think
in
it
my
turned out to be as
estimation,
popular.
But it wasn't bad by any means. Probably something I should go back and catch up on at some point.
Probably. And then last in the animated series section, 2018, is Star Wars Resistance.
I haven't seen
I
it.
don't remember that one at all.
Nice to know. Well, after animation, we move into sitcom/comedy drama series, starting in 84, Still the Beaver.
No idea.
I
that.
assume that's a follow-up on the TV series Leave It to Beaver.
Nice.
One of the famous early sitcoms that gave us the timeless dad joke, what's the dirtiest thing ever said on television? So Mrs. Cleaver said, Ward, I think you were a little hard on the Beaver last night.
Oh, God.
Because their son's name was Beaver. His nickname was Beaver.
Oh, God.
His older brother's Wally, and Wally's
Wally?
friend was Eddie Haskell, I think, and he was always sort of that smarmy friend who would act, oh, gee, I'm sorry, Mrs. Cleaver, like he was good, but always trying to worm his way out of stuff and being kind of smarmy.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
No, because I'm talking about the original show too. I have no idea what this one is. It could be completely different, but I would imagine
Alright.
it's from the same line.
Well, here's one that you've already mentioned, so I assume you know about. In 88, Good Morning, Miss
The
Bliss.
fuck is that? I pretty much said what I had to say about that. It's proto Saved by the Bell.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Miss Bliss.
And then in 1989, I'm giving specific dates for this. Started on April 24th, 1989. Ended May 22nd, 1989. Teen Angel. Less than a
Teen
month.
Angel. There was also
I know the song.
Ran in
That's all I know.
1989.
Yeah. But then October 2nd, 1989 until October 22nd, 1989, Teen Angel returns.
And also Ran in
I
1989.
never knew she left.
I know nothing about this show, but I do have questions based on these dates.
So,
It's like,
such
what
so
happened there? What was happening in 89?
There was
Taylor
a
Swift was
hurricane.
born that year. We had two very different random facts about 89. Well, Hurricane was 89.
Hugo.
Oh. Continuing on. In 95, flash forward. Anybody?
No idea what it is.
No.
Okay, 98, famous Jet Jackson.
No
I
idea what
remember
it is.
that by name, but I don't think it's one we watched. Obviously, it was a little before you guys, but I think it was still coming on at least when we started watching Disney Channel together.
Yeah, ended 2001, reran from 2001 to 2004.
Yeah, so kind of your nascent days. You would have been
Some
as
of the best
interested in the
days of
live
Disney.
action stuff.
Nice.
Like I said, I remember existing. He was a celebrity of some sort. He did something. I don't know if he was necessarily like a superhero kid or if he was just like a kid actor on the show.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe he was a spy.
Alright.
Sort of a live action Kim Possible kind of deal.
Alright. Well, in 99, we got the Jersey.
I'm assuming it's a football show, but
Possible. It could be a lot.
No, it's
of
about New
those.
Jersey.
yeah, I don't know why I assumed football with Jersey. It could be multiple sports.
So
They
many.
call them sweaters in hockey, but other than that, it could at least be
That's
basketball
reasonable.
and baseball.
It's all about New Jersey.
I'm sure it is. 2000. Here's one that I don't recognize as far as what show, but I recognize by name. And hey, June 17th again. But this time 2000, so 5 years before you were born. Even Stevens.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the show that Christy Carlson Romano, nay, the voice of King Possible, was on.
Nice.
And that's also the show that Shia LaBeouf started on.
Oh, that's nice.
I actually enjoyed that show. It was a good little Disney Channel sitcom. And I remember one afternoon they were doing a marathon of it, and I was bored. I'm like, I'm going to get a sub and come home. And your grandfather and I just sat on the couch and watched that.
Nice.
Just two grown men just watching Even Stevens.
Nice.
It was
Sounds like a
enjoyable. It
good
was
day.
nice.
Just grab a sub, eat some TV.
It's a nice little distraction.
That sounds like a mood. Like, damn, I'm gonna get a sub and watch some TV.
Well, you know what?
just do it.
Okay.
Was it a good sub?
Oh, I'm gonna need the stuff to get a sub though.
What?
Especially since I'm gonna have
Tell
to
me
make
the
said
exact
sub.
details of the sub.
Well, I was a vegetarian back then, so it would have been a Veggie Delight from Subway.
Where, so you got.
It was from Subway.
Of course,
yeah.
it's
Was it good?
Subway.
As good as any Subway sub is.
All right.
Okay.
Continuing on to 2001, Lizzie McGuire. Good
No,
show.
Yeah, same vein, same era as Even Stevens.
I have a book of it. And
Starred Hilary
somewhat.
Duff, and she had like her two friends, and they were sort of a platonic relationship with the guy friend, but I think it became romantic at some point.
I think so.
And they had these little interstitial bits where they would do an animated version of her.
Yeah.
It was a good style show. They did a movie too that I think was actually a theatrical movie.
Cool.
I don't think I ever saw it, but I watched that a little bit. I watched Even Stevens more, but it and Lizzie McGuire are sort of from the same time, so if I was in the mood to watch a Disney Channel sitcom, both of those were decent.
Lizzie McGuire
choices.
is one I remember that I've at least semi-liked. Obviously, I don't recall the details. But then in 2003, one that I definitely remember and enjoyed, That's So Raven.
I recognize the name.
That was a good one.
Raven and her friend Chelsea, and what was the guy friend's name? But Raven was a teenager who could see the future,
Uh-huh.
and they did a follow-up series recently too. I forget what it was called.
I
Raven
don't...
Continues. It wasn't
Raven's Home.
Yeah.
Raven's Home.
And Chelsea
I think
was
it still
back for
comes
that. It
out.
was
Raven in
solid.
the house.
Yeah, now that was the spin-off from That's So Raven, where her brother Corey, her dad went to work at the White House. Her dad
Yeah.
went to work, and her brother just came
I
to
think
live.
she went off to college or something.
Something like that.
That was a movie where she went off to college, I think.
But I enjoyed That's So Raven. I even remember there being a New Year's Eve marathon
Nice.
of it one year that you and I watched. I don't know how much you cared about it.
Did we get a sub?
I don't think so.
Damn.
We may have had At that time, I was doing a newspaper route. It was USA Today, though, so I didn't work weekends.
Uh-huh.
But the nights I worked, I would oftentimes get like a bottle of Mountain Dew, and I'd get some kind of a sweet snack.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd get honey buns, but I also like to get these fruit pies, the kind you see at the grocery store that have like the pastry outside and have like a fruit filling. I'd get the apple ones. And then for the nights that I didn't work, you and I would share one of those. And so we may well have had that night. Maybe not, though, but I just recall that because it would have been 2003 going into 2004.
Uh-huh.
And I remember that New Year's Eve marathon of that So Raven.
Nice. 2004. Speaking of 2004, going into Phil of the Future.
Yeah,
I remember that existing, but I don't remember watching it much. I think he was like somebody time traveled back.
Uh-huh.
And ended up with a modern day family.
Uh-huh.
I recall that being the conceit of it. And I remember watching it sporadically. But it obviously wasn't on our heavy rotation list.
Nice. Well, here's one I do remember. In 2005, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah.
One of the best, in my opinion.
Which would, of course, become The Sweet Life on Deck, which I'm sure would be.
Sweet Life on Deck.
Twin brothers at the time living in a hotel. Of course, what's her name was on it?
Which one?
The girl who played Sharpay.
Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah.
It took me a minute.
That wasn't her name either, was it? Was it Sharpay?
No.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember her.
From High School Musical.
Well, yeah, Sharpay was High School Musical.
Yeah, no, that was that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, on Sweet Life.
I was in the High School Musical.
Okay,
character.
On Sweet Life, I don't remember her name.
I can't remember her name. It was like a name.
A name, yeah.
One of those had like a crush on her.
Yeah. I can't remember which brother had a crush on her now. I think of it.
The bad. I thought the bad one did.
It could have been, which would have been Zach.
The naughty bro.
I know Cody.
Of course, Brenda Song was on it as well.
Yes.
And she would carry over to Sweet Life, but I guess we'll talk about that
On Deck, yeah.
Yeah, Cody.
Yeah, Cody got his crush on
you.
Deck. Yes.
Cody was bad.
Oh yeah, Cody was my favorite. But we're really in the golden age of Disney live action right here. I'm just saying, because the next one, 2006, Hannah Montana. Another one of the greats.
Good solid show.
Yeah,
very much.
Launching vehicle for Miley Cyrus, of course.
Yes. I'm hoping they
Cyrus.
come back with it eventually.
The movie was good too.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
doubt coming back with it.
Her friend was Lily. Was the actress on not the actress, the character's name, but the actress. I've seen her in some things subsequently. She's pretty good.
She's in a movie I liked called Cyber Bully, I think.
They were an entertaining couple of friends.
Yeah.
And of course, Mitchell Musso was on there.
Yep.
Who we got to meet at the State Fair.
There's an awkward picture of me with him.
We won a contest and got backstage passes and tickets to whatever concert we wanted and
the only thing I've ever
money
won
for the fair and whatnot. But also, I brought him up simply because he's a voice on Phineas and Ferb.
Yes.
He's Candace's love interest, Jeremy.
Wasn't Candace was Ashley Tisdale, wasn't it?
She was. You're right. And what's her name? It was Isabella. Well, I'll bring it back up because she's going to be on another show on here, I assume.
Okay.
I don't know why I can't think of her name.
I don't know. Because I don't even know who you're talking about yet. 2007, we got that spin-off, Curry in the House, which we already kind of discussed.
Everyone's favorite anime. I don't know why it doesn't mean about being an anime.
Me neither. It's been a while since I saw it. Also in 2007, though, we got one of my favorites again, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Pretty much Harry Potter. But not.
I mean...
Another one that came back with a Disney Channel movie.
Can't have
was
fun.
pretty solid. Although, for some reason, I think the older brother didn't come back for the movie. I think he was like the only one who didn't come back.
That's possible.
It was a solid show. That was like the era where we watched the live action shows a lot. That was part of our, once a week viewing.
I loved Alex. And I need Harper's wardrobe. And like her Sharpie dress was my favorite thing ever for a while. I still want a Sharpie dress.
Where's a favorite place is like Disney Channel, Harry Potter?
Okay. But like, Wizards of Waverly Place is really good. There's a DS
Whoa,
game.
what does that mean?
I don't know, because everyone on this podcast knows that I really like Harry Potter. I was trying to say something and then I forgot what it was, so I just had to finish it. Exactly. No, there's a DS game.
In it?
Yes, there's also a werewolf. There's a lot of things in it. She dates the werewolf!
I don't remember the vampire that like her brother tried to date or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the younger brother became a girl for a while.
What?
Yeah. Maxine, remember? Obviously he doesn't. Do you remember?
Vaguely now that you say it, but I remember.
Apparently Wizards of Waverly Place is trans white.
They also had a teacher or something that had like this huge smile.
I don't remember much bad, honestly.
Obviously.
I remember Wizards.
I think that was also like a mirror dimension thing.
I remember the movie. The movie was good.
Yeah, like I said, Wizards of Waverly Place is great. Oh, and the rock appeared on it.
Most of these.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
think.
shock me.
I think there's a moment he's like in the school interacting with Alex.
Most of these series, I just remember the movie.
Obviously. Well, continuing on, 2008, Sweet Life on Deck.
I remember the movie.
Which is where,
Of course you do.
is it Debbie Ryan?
Yes.
It got her launched, and she would go on to another Disney Channel show, which I guess we'll get to in a little
Yeah,
while.
probably.
She was Bailey, the love interest of Cody, on that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Debby Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fair
She's
amount of
also
the
in
cast
Disney
carried over
movie.
to that, but several didn't as well, and we got new actors.
I did
and
not know
actresses.
that.
Yeah, and some didn't really have characters to play, but would make appearances.
Phil Lewis would carry over as Mosby.
Apparently, Debby
Plus.
Ryan is my childhood.
Something like that. 2009, Sunny with a Chance.
I don't remember.
I remember
That was Demi Lovato's show, where she was like an actress on a variety show, and then
Yeah.
when she had her issues, they stopped that show and then just launched the variety show as its own show.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I don't remember.
2009, Jonas.
I don't remember.
It's the
Jonas Brothers.
Disney Channel version of the Monkees.
I'm-
It- it
I'm-
was
Except I think the
that-
Jonas Brothers were a band before the series.
I know some Disney Channel series about boy
Wait,
band.
I'm sorry.
But-
It's the Disney Channel version of the Naked Brothers band.
Yes.
I know some show about boy band. I forget which one it is.
Naked Brothers Band? Oh, no, Big Time Rush.
I don't know.
We could-
It could be
Nickelodeon
any of the.
It really
That's
could
probably
be.
Big Time
Wasn't the
Rush.
girl from Jonas? Isn't that who did one of the voices in Fishhooks?
It's possible. I'm not.
That's what I have memory of,
I'm
but I
not
could be
familiar
missing
with the Fish
something.
voice actors off the top of my
It
head.
was probably Big
That's
Time
okay.
Rush, but
I mean, just saying though, Sunny with a Chance, Jonas, that has to be the era that Camp Rock came out in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously movies aren't listed here, so. Those were good movies though.
then moving on.
2010, Good Luck Charlie.
It is
Good
amazing.
one. Yeah.
I remember the game.
To me, Good Luck Charlie
And the game was
it's
based
kind
on
of like the
movie.
transition kind of thing where we've got like the golden age and then we've still got a really good age of Disney. It's just not the same, you know.
What I remember about Good Luck Charlie is the game, which is based on the movie.
I don't even remember a game, but
It was
okay.
like a browser game.
Oh wow, okay, but good one. Lots of kids. That's what I remember is lots of kids. Following that in 2010, Shake It Up.
I really like Shake It Up.
Yeah, I remember
with Zendaya.
that era when we watched Good Luck Charlie and Shake It Up, and all those would be like our I don't know if they came on Saturday nights or Friday nights, but that would be our
Yeah.
weekly family television watch.
We need Disney to give us some good family stuff.
Shake It
I mean,
Up, of
technically
course.
they are, but
Watch Zendaya, who would have
Yes.
another Disney Channel series.
Yes.
and we're
then
going
go into
to
the MCU.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Rocky and Cece.
Has also done stuff with Bruno Mars that I like. 'Cause she's got her whole music career. But, and then Bella Thorne went on to do some stuff as well, including OnlyFans.
Okay.
In 2011, Ant Farm. That was another good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
another one that sort of changed gears midstream, where they were like exceptional middle schoolers who got to go to high school, and then they ended up going to this like futuristic school.
Yeah, I only
And brought
partially
some
remember
of
this.
the other students with them,
I feel like,
because like the one, mean girl turned out to be like a math whiz or something.
yeah.
But I enjoyed both versions of it. They were definitely solid.
Yeah.
Definitely belong in that prime group of Disney sitcoms
Yeah,
that we're into now.
That's what I was saying. We have like this really golden age, and then we've still got the really good age. It's just slightly different, I think, because we have early 2000s, then later 2000s,
I think it's mainly
or
nostalgia.
like early 2010s. So it's kind of slightly different vibes, but
I think it's
still
mainly
really
nostalgia.
good.
It's probably nostalgia.
It probably, but that's what me and a lot of memes that I've seen kind
It's
of
nostalgia.
say. But 2012, Dog with a Blog,
It is good.
another good one. Has a dog,
Why could he speak?
Who has a
obviously.
blog?
Exactly.
Did we ever learn why he could speak?
I don't.
I feel like
know.
Oh,
Wasn't there
have.
like well, I remember he like escaped from a lab or something, but maybe they were just testing him.
Maybe.
I don't know that he got his powers there.
Yeah, I
I'm not
don't.
sure.
I don't recall either.
It's pretty good though.
It was. They got into quite some stuff in it. Here's one that I don't recognize in 2014. I didn't do it.
I don't recognize that at all, but I wonder if that was one of the prank shows that Disney Channel had.
Very possible. Would it fit into this category though?
Maybe not.
That I do not know. But here's one from 2013 I think we all know because you previously mentioned it. Girl Meets World.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, the sequel series to Boy Meets World, which I like Girl Meets World better than Boy Meets World.
Really?
I know a lot of people love Boy Meets World. Maybe I was just a little too old for it by the time it came out.
I haven't seen Boy Meets World.
I was never that impressed with Boy Meets World.
I've only seen parts of both of them, and I kind of say I liked Boy Meets World better, but I've been seeing like clips and different bits of information from Girl Meets World, which makes Girl Meets World a little better than I thought it was. So maybe if I went through and watched all of both, I'd agree. But I kind of like the vibes of Boy Meets World.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying I prefer the sequel.
I just learned fairly recently that there was quite some love drama in Girl Meets World. And I was just sitting there like, well, damn, I need to watch that show more.
Okay.
Speaking of Zendaya from Shake It Up, here's another show in 2015.
Casey Undercover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was part of a family of spies.
Yes. Spies, again. Disney loves their
spies. Her dad was
spies.
Kadeem Hardison from a different world.
Yeah, Casey Undercover.
Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah, like the two main Disney actresses I remember are Debbie Ryan and Zendaya.
Solid show. I think I enjoy Shake It Up more, but it could
We
have
have
just
different
been what we were into at the time, you know.
Yeah.
That Shake It Up was more during our prime.
Yeah, I agree. But Casey Undercover, I saw a couple.
It was
bits
solid.
Of
It just feels like it was sort of the tail end of our
It really
watching
is.
Disney regularly. So
It
maybe
really is.
Maybe it was just the times.
Because now I'm about to start listing shows that we maybe recognized by name, but most likely did not watch. Starting in 2015 with Best Friends Whenever.
Yeah, I remember that.
I know the name. I think I remember commercials or something. But yeah, it's not one we watched.
I don't remember that at all.
I think it involved time travel. Okay, you're pulling my hair, so please move your hand. Okay, 2016. Stuck in the Middle. Another one that I
middle
don't
of
know.
what?
I don't even recognize it by
That sounds
name.
like a fairly generic title. Like
Very
I feel like,
much.
oh, that sounds familiar, but it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, another one that I know the name of, but not really anything about, nor did I watch it, in 2016, Bizarre.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
I remember the name a lot.
I do not. I recognize the name.
Well.
Yeah. I just don't know what it's about or anything, so. And also in 2016, we got Mack X4.
I have no
Me
idea what
neither.
that is.
It does say it moved to Disney XD full time, so it wasn't even fully a Disney thing. But probably the last one on this list that we're going to know
The last good
have
Disney
watched
Channel live
any
action
of.
show.
In 2017, Andy Mack. We did
Yeah,
watch a little bit of that.
It's like
Yeah.
the Disney show with the most story.
It seems like sort of a Disney renaissance with that
Yeah.
series, but I just saw some episodes here and there, and they were really solid, but I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch the whole series, and it wasn't something we watched together. So.
Yeah, I remember when it came out and, all the articles and stuff, a lot of people were saying it was kind of Disney trying to recreate, not like recreate a show they had previously done, but do a show more in the style that they had used to do with the shows we did. Really
Yeah, I feel
enjoy
like
and
that's in the
whatnot.
style of the
I think they really
shows.
compared it to,
That's what
Lizzie
most story,
McGuire
like-
and those shows.
That's why most story.
Yeah, but more the modern evolution of them. I think
Yeah.
it was not necessarily better, but I think it definitely went further. But then again, I just think it's a natural case of 20 years ago the medium had been pushed so far, and then 20 years later you go a little further with it.
Yeah, it was good.
Not to call it revolutionary or anything, but it was a really solid show.
Yeah, it was good, the bit that I saw. And then last one actually in this section in 2019 is Fastlane.
I have no idea what that is.
Me
The
neither.
Disney Channel Fast and Furious.
It lasted from February 15th, 2009 to March 31st, 2019. I said 2009 instead of 2019 that first time.
Yeah,
It did not go 10 years, it only went a month. That's quite a difference. So next section is the drama series, starting in 92 with The Secret of Lost Creek.
No idea what that is.
Sounds familiar. Like something I've heard of, but not something I know.
No, I don't recognize it at all.
Okay.
Plus, I don't think I even had Disney Channel at that point.
Probably not. In 99, So Weird.
No idea what that is.
Sounds familiar, like it was, something I see advertised or maybe catch a little bit of when we were watching stuff together, but not something I have any real memory of.
Nice. And then last one in 2000, In a Heartbeat.
In a Heartbeat? I
Yes.
thought you said Anna Heartbeat.
Yep.
I have no idea what that is either.
That could be two different shows.
Anna Hart.
Very different shows.
No clue on that one.
Alright, well then it moves into reality series. Starting
Disney
in...
Channel is known for.
Totally. Starting in 83, Epcot Magazine.
I have
Something to focus on. Disney
Epcot.
World, I guess.
Yeah. In 84, Disney Family Album.
I have no
Didn't
idea.
watch it.
84, DTV.
No idea what that is.
I think that was like a music video thing.
Nice.
They might have had like Disney cartoons mixed with pop songs of the day.
Kind of like the little radio Disney short things they kind of did.
That's what I'm thinking, but don't hold me to that because I didn't even have Disney Channel then. It may have still been on by the time I had it.
Alright. According to this, it lasted until 89.
So
Well then in 94, Walt Disney World Inside Out.
I guess it's a sequel to Epcot Magazine or whatever it
Probably.
was.
Something similar at least. In 97, Disney Channel in Concert.
Something about Disney Channel concert.
Something. In 98, 2-Hour Tour.
It's a 2-hour tour or something.
Is it a Gilligan's Island spinoff?
In 98, Bug Juice.
That sounds familiar.
Nice.
No idea what
I
that
think
is.
we might have watched it a bit, or again, it was being advertised when we were watching other shows.
Possible. It wasn't around for too long once I came around. Ended that October. But in 2000, in just 2000, Totally Circus.
No familiarity with that whatsoever.
Okay, in 2001, Totally Hoops.
No idea what that is.
Nothing for that one either.
And in 2002, Totally in Tune.
Finishing off the Totally trilogy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Totally Trilogy. Totally in Tune got reran a few years later. The others didn't. Okay, well then, and there's not another one until 2011, almost 10 years later. We get Prank Stars. Pretty obvious what that is.
A prank show.
Yeah.
And in 2012, Code 9.
No idea what that is.
May have been another prank show. I'm not sure. But then, very fitting, on April 1st of 2016, Walk the Prank.
So they had multiple prank shows.
Yes, they did. I kind of remember the age of this. I remember Walk the Prank a little bit, because this does make the note that it moved over to Disney XD. And I remember that quite being a Disney XD thing.
Yeah, I don't remember much of Disney XD. Is it still a thing?
Here's the thing. It's like I remember Disney XD, but I didn't watch a lot of Disney XD. It was pretty rare for me to watch. But I remember it, you know. I think at some point of time...
When is Disney XD supposed to be compared to regular Disney?
I don't know how to describe it. Like, there's a
It's-
clear difference. I just don't know how to explain it. So, in 2018, Bug Juice, My Adventures at Camp.
Only 20 years later.
Right? I mean, that happens. We've been watching that happen for a while now. Like, recent years have been all about bringing back shows from a decade or two ago at least.
What? I'm sorry, I missed that one.
In 2018, Bug Juice, My Adventures at Camp.
Maybe that's why I recognize the name then.
Maybe. And then last one in 2020 is Disney Fam Jam.
Yeah.
Musical, I guess.
Probably. Then in game shows, starting April 18th, 1983, Contraption.
I have no idea what that is.
No.
Probably something about contraption.
I'm looking at Maddie because this is the older stuff that you and I weren't even alive for. 97, Mad Libs.
I love Mad Libs.
I like the books.
No idea what the show is.
Yeah,
I'm
no
not
idea
sure about the
that.
basis for the show.
And 98, Off the Wall. Sounds familiar.
It's a Michael
Sounds
Jackson
like Hole
album.
in the Wall.
Nice.
But I doubt it's a Michael Jackson
Hole
series.
in the Wall, that was good. And then last in 2014, Win, Lose, or Draw.
I was thinking you win, lose, or draw.
That's interesting because Win, Lose, or Draw was a game show from like the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was a drawing game where you have a team where somebody would be drawing and you have to guess what they were trying to draw.
Yeah.
You usually have I think on that one you'd have a celebrity. You'd have like two celebrities and then the contestant.
Yeah.
Some makeup like that, you know. And one person, you take a turn, they draw, and then people guess. And then you have the speed round where you cycle through. But I really got back into that on Game Show Network around the time you were born in 2001.
Nice.
When we were watching Disney Channel a lot. So this might be a remake of it for Disney Channel. I would
Could
imagine
be.
it must be, because the name would have to be proprietary, so I'm sure they would. I imagine that's what it is anyway.
Possibly. It lasted for 5 months.
But I wasn't watching that either way. I was watching the original one on Game Show Network.
Nice. And then into variety programs. Also, April 18th, 83, You and Me, Kid.
I have no idea that.
Alright, also on April 18th, 1983, Mousercise.
Something about mouse exercise?
show.
I think we can
Sounds
all.
familiar.
They did like a shorts thing on either Disney or Disney Junior in sometime in the 2000s of Mickey Mouse doing workout things. In 87, Videopolis.
Sounds like something we should get a hold of
It
for
does.
idiocy.
It really does.
But I got nothing on
Videopoly.
it.
Monopoly,
That
Videocy
Monopoly?
style.
Cut that out, cut that out, cut that out.
In 89, the all-new Mickey Mouse Club.
I know nothing about that.
Wow. Get out of
All
here.
I know
You
is
say 89?
Yes.
That's probably the one that had Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, and
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears on, of course, a remake of the original Mickey Mouse Club, which is a real popular kids show from like my parents'
all
childhood.
I know is Disney
Nice.
Junior's Mickey Mouse
Frankie and
Clubhouse.
Annette and the Mouseketeers. I don't even know what the structure of the show was. I guess they did some in-studio things and maybe,
I don't know.
kicked to shorts or something. I really don't know. Never watched it, didn't watch it.
Yeah.
May have watched the more recent version. I shouldn't say modern since it's 30 years ago at this point. But
Yeah.
may have watched that version a little bit, but neither one of them were particularly my jam, so.
Yeah, I remember.
I
Disney
recognize
Junior
it.
Mickey Mouse
Obviously, I'm
Clubhouse.
familiar
Mickey
with it
Mouse
because of the
Clubhouse.
people we listed, but yeah, not something I've ever seen. In 96, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Animal Adventures.
Audubon's.
Something like that.
Audubon.
Okay.
Audubon.
Sounds like a Transformer thing.
Audubon.
Pretty
Audubon.
sure it's a
Roll
highway in
out.
Germany.
Nice.
Oh, maybe that's not the same one, though. Maybe that's spelled differently. But I still imagine that's how it's pronounced.
Alright. In 97, Really Wild Animals.
Man, they really want to do stuff with animals.
Hey, animals are cool.
They just literally went out and filmed wild animals. No
Right.
context.
No, Disney was like,
No
"Let's
narration.
do it."
It's just set a camera down and come pick it up at the end of the week.
Right.
We got our year's worth of shows.
Welcome to my new YouTube channel. In 97, I'm not sure how to pronounce this either. At all. I'm gonna leave this one to you, Maddie.
I don't know. Amba Mokamba?
Okay.
Looks like it to me. No clue as to what it was, though.
Me neither.
What category are we even in? Variety shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They could pretty much be anything. In 97, Going Wild with Jeff Cohen.
I'm in
Jeff
that
Cohen's one of those
stuff.
animal outdoor.
Steve
Sort of
Really want to do
Vibes.
stuff with
Yeah,
animals.
sort of.
Nice.
All in 1997.
Look, animals, man.
Also 996 a little bit, but
Animals are great. And then finally, not again until 2011. So
a
they
while
after all those animals that really needed a break, something happened. But in 2011, we got So Random, which of course we
Which
mentioned
was
earlier.
the spin-off or the reboot of Sunny with a Chance.
Actually,
The show within the show that became a show.
Yeah. And then we get into mini-series and specials.
miniseries.
I remember some of these. These are kind of.
I don't know.
It looks like at least some of these are kind of what
Yeah,
what
for
showed
this one.
in between the shows,
I don't know none of these.
So in 83, the Disney Channel salutes the American teacher. In 84, Samantha Smith goes to Washington, campaign 84. In 87, Videopolis, Star Treks. Some video things. In 92, Disney's Young Musicians. In 95, The Century That Made America Great. In 2006, Disney Channel Games. That sounds
I
familiar
remember
to
that.
me.
I'm pretty sure that was sort of like field day for the Disney Channel actors. Where
Possibly.
people from the different shows were arranged on different teams and they competed in sort of not track and field events, but I guess kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of like a school field day, like I say. And, it was pretty fun. I don't think it was I don't know that they did like an episode every week. I feel like it was shorter episodes that would play between
Yeah.
the regular series. That's how it was spaced out. But I remember following along with it a bit
Yeah.
and enjoying it.
In 2007, another one familiar to me is Past the Plate. That was on.
I don't specifically recall.
It was between shows, but I really enjoyed it, and I remember.
Oh yeah, wasn't it? It
Vividly.
was like a. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, there was one there was one thing where they had a dish and it was like this wrap
it was like
kind
a
of
little
thing.
cooking thing, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
there's some
that, yeah.
shrimp wrap
Sure.
thing that I've always wanted since. In 2008, Studio DC Almost Live. 2011, Disney's Friends for Change games. One I recognize by name at least. In 2011, Make Your Mark Ultimate Dance Off Shake It Up Edition. Or Make Your Mark Shake It Up Dance Off. So obviously Shake It Up related, I guess. Or somewhat. 2012.
Oh, snap.
Yep. And 2014, Star Wars Rebels Spark of Rebellion.
Yeah, I'm not
Not familiar with that either.
Me neither. And then Short Say, starting in the 80s. A Disney Moment. 91, Music Break.
Big jump there.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, because it does just say 80s.
True.
So technically could be 89.
True. In 92, Discover Magazine. In
Discover
92,
Magical?
Ovation. Yeah. In 93, Making Them Mark. In 94, Inside Out Spotlight. 96, Joke Time. 97, Project Time. 97, Behind the Ears. 98, The Mix-Ups. 98, Pet Spot. 99, Imagineer That.
Sort of recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that ran for a while. See, look, it ran since 2007.
Nice. 2001, Express Yourself.
Express yourself.
2002, Cool Pets. 2002, Mike's Super
My
Short Show.
Super Short Show. That's what I was thinking about. That was a little mini talk show that would air between the longer series. And the conceit was it was like a kid and his little sister doing a talk show out of their house, and their mom was like the producer.
Uh-huh. This kind of sounds
Allison
familiar.
Stoner, who was the voice for Isabella on Phineas and Ferb, she played the sister. And I remember I was heartbroken when I learned that she probably wasn't really his little sister. I was like, I thought it really was a kid doing a show from his house with his mom, the producer. You're telling me this is fake?
That
Bear
moment.
in mind, what's the year it came out?
2002.
Yeah, so it's not like I was 5. I was 23.
That moment when you realize TV isn't real.
And I was still like, wait a minute, what? This isn't really a kid doing a show from his house? I'm so crushed. But it sort of reminds me of the Phineas and Ferb shorts they would do where they'd have Phineas and Ferb interview people. I'm sure they'll come up on the list here in a minute.
Quite possibly. Right, and then moving on to 2003, Show Your Stuff.
People got to show something off, I guess.
I assume as
talent
well.
show.
So 2004,
Exactly.
2004, Disney 411. I kind of remember that.
Is
2004, this
Information,
is...
I'm assuming, because that's you dial 411 for information.
Yeah. 2004, this is Daniel Cook. 2006, Shorty McShuts. That was not easy for me to figure out for some reason. 2007, Minuscule. 2007, Disney's Really Short Report. 2007, As the Bell Rings. 2007, Disney Channel's 3-minute game show. Interesting. 2008, Brian O'Brien. 2008, Get Connected. 2009, What a Life International. 2009, Leo Little's A Big Show.
That sounds familiar.
Does it?
Yeah, I feel like it might have been sort of like the Mike's Super Short Show,
May have been.
but maybe not.
Here's one that I remember in 2009. TTI, The Time I. Kind of recall that.
I don't recall that at all.
I have memory of going to sleep and putting on like Disney On Demand or whatever. And that would be one of the things. I don't know why, but that's a very vivid memory. Just like my Dora TV and waking up to George Lopez, even though I just said I was going to sleep to Disney Channel.
Why'd you?
That would be really weird.
Not George Lopez on TV. George Lopez looked back.
No. 2010, Take Two with Phineas and Ferb.
That was the little short interview show with Phineas and Ferb, which I referenced a little while ago.
I figured. Nice. 2013, the Copper Top Flop Show. 2014, Dogs Rule, Cats Not So Much.
I mean, that's
I
kind of
hate
cool.
that show.
2015, Descendants, Wicked World.
Fuck Descendant.
Fact, big, but I don't recognize that. And then 2018, Marvel Rising Initiation. That is something I recognize that I have watched multiple times.
I feel like I should be familiar with it, but I'm not.
I mean, maybe. It's one of my favorite Marvel things, but, you know. And then we move into our last section, live action preschool programming, starting with
Why is
Welcome.
this our last section? There's a lot of stuff we haven't covered yet.
I don't know.
Oh, the last.
Well,
section.
yeah,
Oh,
of the
gotcha.
original program. I'm sorry, it took me a minute to read the screen. But the last thing for original program,
But this is original program that's no longer on. Right?
yeah, of the former program.
Former program. Gotcha.
So, with preschool programming, we start in 83, April 18th again, with Welcome to Pooh Corner.
I know it's Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
When you first said it, it came off weird.
There's the poo corner.
Oh, God. Just teaching the cat the bathroom, like,
Oh, I thought it'd be
this
like
is it.
to teach kids how to use the potty.
I mean, yeah, that could work, too.
Oh, you sit on the toilet
Oh, gosh.
In the poo corner.
and drop your phone.
Not in the toilet.
No, we're not recording this in a bathroom.
We aren't? Wait, shit my pants.
That's not something that needed to be said. Okay, 85. Moving on to Dumbo Circus. Obvious.
Obviously, a spin-off from
From
a show
Winnie the
about
Pooh.
President Trump. Nah, from the classic animated movie.
Yeah.
Featuring the
Bambi.
elephant with the large ears.
Yes, who can somehow fly.
Yes,
And then
Bambi.
finally, the last on this list, 92.
But I didn't watch it, so
Really?
I'm just assuming the Dumbo thing.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the
sure.
movie.
I was about
No,
to say. Don't tell me you haven't seen the movie. But then, last
I
show,
love when Dumbo and the
92.
mouse are tripping.
Adventures in Wonderland, speaking of tripping.
Yeah, as many people say Lewis Carroll was when he wrote that.
Very possible.
I assume it's again about Alice and her adventures in that land of wonder.
It says preschool programming, so I'm very interested in it. Then again, it's the early 90s, so.
The Disney version of Alice in Wonderland I enjoy a lot.
Nice.
It definitely leaves some things out, like the Jabberwocky, but
Yeah.
it's definitely memorable.
I like it.
Jabberwocky.
Definitely memorable, like you said. My favorite, though, is the Tim Burton ones.
I just give me the books as far as that goes.
I say I'll play it in Sky.
I mean, if I'm going to watch Alice in Wonderland, I want Tim Burton, but I'm good with the books.
All right, so we're gonna leave it off there as
Yeah.
we have acquired programming coming up.
Yep.
All right, cool. Then this definitely will be a two-parter. Hopefully, it won't stretch into 3.
We'll see.
All right, well, make sure you come back next week when the conversation on Disney Channel programming will continue. But until then, I am and will continue to be Maddie,
Lexi.
Dylan.
and this is LexiCon concluded.
Bye.
Bye.